I'm not going to be like banging a tambourine.
Jonathan's going to be on stage knitting.
How did you guys meet? Why are you doing this?
What is that? Oh, you didn't ask us what the name was.
Yeah, what does the name mean?
Where the name comes from.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you try to preempt the
Where did the name come from?
It comes from a film that a friend of mine never finished. So he stole the name.
He's not Jim. I'm not Jim. Right. If you go to see the show live, you're not sure where Jim is.
Right. But the record's coming out soon. It comes out on September 9th. So
I've been a fan of Walter's for 3 decades. I mean, I started listening to the first Silos record I got was Cuba right when it came out. And I went to see shows of Walter's, with various versions of the Silos over the years. I don't know, more times than I actually can remember. I've seen you at the Starry Plow. I saw you at a church in San Francisco once.
Oh, really?
I saw you at the Bottom Line. I once even I requested a song out loud at the Bottom Line. We turned a corner in the Music Quarter, our first night in New Orleans, and there was this little club with a chalkboard out that said Silos. And I was so in disbelief that I was trying to, I was thinking, Silos? Maybe it's the New Orleans Silos. Maybe it can't possibly be the Silos.
And then I get this tap on the shoulder, and it's Jonathan. And we were chatting and stuff, and I just asked him, if he wanted to write some songs.
We woodshedded. Walter came up to Maine when I had the house to myself, and we spent, 2.5 days walking on the beach, and then going back to the house and drinking beer and playing songs into the computer.
Well, the way it worked, we sat down at the computer, and I brought a few ideas, and you probably had a few things in your head, but we just talk about a song, and this guy's he's talking to me while he's typing. And minutes later, what do you think of this? And there's 4 verses with eternal rhymes and a chorus, and I was just wow.
And then you
would have a couple of songs, 2-3 songs done the first hour. So we'd work for an hour, and then
we even had time to watch some baseball. I wonder if we could ever recreate those circumstances and make 11 songs in 2 days again, or yeah.
We wrote the songs, like we were saying, over those couple of days, and then I went back to New York, and over the next couple of weeks or so, Jonathan emailed me some spoken word.
I came over and
you had to save the day.
Walked Walter through the delivery of some of the stuff, and for one tiny little moment, my voice was going to be on the record too. But you said I sounded too much like Jerry Seinfeld.
That's right.
So how did Kristen Phil get into this?
So I realized, from the beginning we had been talking about how it needed to be a different voice than Silos, and when I just even beginning to even think about recording it, I realized that I just couldn't do it. I couldn't have any part of it, or it would, it would just be affected. So I knew that I had to get somebody else to do it, and I'd worked with Chris and Phil before on a couple things, and they're total geniuses. So I arranged a meeting at their studio that Jonathan could come and meet them, and we could hang out and talk about it. But basically, all of the music is them. The only thing of me that you hear is just the voice.
And there's one long distance musical ringer, right? We've got Tom Waits' organ player on that one, doing that one kind of
there's a couple extra people.
Dirty sounding organ. It wasn't exactly going to be like a rock opera like Tommy or something, but in a way,
I wanted it to be the rock opera.
I'm not Jim as
You're the one that did
mask. No, I didn't want it to rock opera. But it was like we were making a persona for Walter's voice. I'm not Jim was going to be a mask he was going to wear that did this kind of performance, rather than it being just a direct band presenting music. It was sort of like, who's this speaker? Who's this voice?
I think the bottom line is that the project is really good.
Hey.